Hey, welcome World Entertainment and the Arkham games, some of the best Batman games ever made. And of course, it finished with Batman Arkham Knight. And then there was supposed to be a sequel that got abandoned. And they ended up making the other game that shall not be mentioned that just bombed. And then, of course, which was one of the Arkham Knight type things. And then, of course, they made the Justice League kill the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, and the less said about that, the better. But we now have been given concept art for what Batman was meant to look like. Yes, Batman was meant to return as an older version, and there's even some art on Damian Wayne's version of Batman. So we'll have a look at them. I think they're interesting to take a look at. Anyway, there's two different versions. There's a Batman with a big grey beard, and then there's a version where he doesn't have a beard, but he's a bit scarred up. So we'll have a look at the article, and you'll be seeing the images throughout this as well. So I think they're interesting. So it's saying Batman Arkham Knight concluded by killing Bruce Wayne. It brought Rocksteady's incredible trilogy to a close, and despite the Caped Crusader's death, rumours persisted for years about a potential follow-up. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League filled that role to some extent, but was forced to retcon Batman's return and subsequent murder at the hands of one Harley Quinn due to fan backlash. Yeah, if you remember, what they ended up having to do was they did a DLC and went, oh no, look, they're all still alive. All your heroes are still alive. They were clones that they killed. They weren't the real Justice League. And people were like, yeah, piss off. So back to this Arkham Knight follow-up. And while Damian Wayne was going to be its lead, Bruce would have returned as a much older Batman. Thanks to concept artist Jared S. Martinez, who works on Spider-Man Far From Home and Predator Killer of Killers. So I'm assuming he does like storyboards or something for that, I'm not sure. We have a new look at Bruce and the formidable Batsuit he'd have donned while attempting to protect Gotham City. Based on what little we know about this Unmade title, he'd have primarily served as Damian's mentor in the Batman Beyond inspired story. So Martinez said this: I love Batman. I was so excited when I got a chance to design a suit for the Arkham universe. Unfortunately, this game was cancelled, but I am still so grateful to have had the time to do another Batsuit. This one was a fun take. And he continued, it was a much older Batman, and the suit was really holding this beaten and broken hero together. Batman is still my absolute favourite superhero. I could work on this guy forever. And yeah, once you see the images, you're just like, it looked cool. Now you'll notice as well, whenever whichever images are going past at the time, the suit where he has the red eyes, the no beard and stuff, the very kind of mechanical suit, you'll notice that the bat symbol on that is very much like the Ben Affleck bat symbol, which is like one of the true bat symbols as well on the suits, but it has that look, and it's an interesting look, and you can see where the Batman Beyond inspiration is in with the red eyes on it, which I think is an interesting. The ear choice is interesting as well, that it's kind of like this half ear. It almost seems like it's cut off, but it's this half ear design rather than the typical Arkham, which is the normal kind of long ears, which I think is interesting. It's an interesting take. Again, it's kind of, it does seem to be more kind of in line with the Ben Affleck Batsuit than anything else. It really does. And then of course you get the images of him in the grey and stuff like that as well, where this was kind of the different take they had on it. So this of course is the ones that you can see whenever they're popping up and down, where he's in the grey suit with the big beard. He's got the big beard, which I think is interesting. And the Damian Wayne images as well, where it is very Batman Beyond style look. It's interesting as well because one of the images makes him look black. You're like, is Damian Wayne black in this image? But it's not. He is white. It's just one of the images, whatever way it's drawn, he looks black. Unless he is. But in the other images, he's not. So it's weird. But they're interesting. They're very mechanical suits. You know, that's the only thing. They're a bit kind of Iron Man-y. More so the Damian Wayne suits than the Batsuit. Especially the Batsuit where Bruce has the beard. And the interesting thing about that as well is you can see the leg braces. So clearly, when he's saying like it's much more of a broken, battered version of Batman. Yeah, that's true then. And then of course he had some concepts for bikes in here. So I don't know which is which. I'm going to assume the bigger one would be Batman's, and the one with the red lights on it would have probably been Damian's. Yeah, I just think the designs are interesting. It does suck that the game got cancelled, especially when you realise what we ended up getting instead, which of course was that unmitigated disaster of Arkham Knights, or Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, where you're just like, oh, why did you do that? But the design, the concept is cool, and I wonder, because there has been still conversations about possibly making another Arkham game. Now, we do know there is that VR Batman game coming out. I can't remember, is it Batman in the Shadows or something? Is that what it's called? I haven't heard anything actually about that in quite a while. Since actually they did that trailer drop. Remember they did the trailer drop? Haven't heard anything about that game since that happened. So it's like, where is this game? Is it still coming? Did they cancel it? What's going on with that one? I don't know. I do absolutely love the Arkham games. The first two are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I know there's a lot of people who didn't particularly like Arkham City. I did. I thought it was fun. And there's a lot of people who didn't like because they didn't particularly like the driving around stuff with the Batmobile. I love driving around the Batmobile. I was like, oh, put me in the Batmobile. I want to be in the Batmobile. And I said driving around Gotham City. Yeah, come on, why wouldn't you? And, well, Arkham City, you were kind of just outside of Gotham, weren't you? You were on the island. Yeah, the games are great fun. Real Batman stories, great voice work in it as well. Once you see this type of art, you're like, man, that would have been cool if we got that. Don't know how great it would have been having to play and use Damian Wayne, but Batman and an older Batman and stuff like that with these type of suits, that could have been interesting. I'm curious as to if he has any artwork and would he release it off what his idea for a newer Batmobile would have been. Because the Batmobile changed in each game. It ended up being pretty much a tank by the end, but I wonder if he's any concept art for ideas for the Batmobile. That would be interesting to see. And if he's any other kind of designs for different suits and stuff, it'd be very interesting to see. I love all this type of stuff. This type of stuff is cool. But it does make you kind of go, that'd have been great if we got that. And Kevin Conroy doing the voice as well, that would have been great. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. Maybe they still try and make it. But their goodwill of course, has been burnt by all the crazy people who work at these places now and what they've done to the games, especially that last game. So yeah, it's kind of the question of, would we trust them to try and make it now? Probably not, but stranger things have happened. So let us know what you think of the concept art, and would you have liked to have had this game, even if you had to play as Damian Wayne in his very much Batman Beyond inspired suit. So, and what do you think, of course, of the different versions of Bruce Wayne, one with a big grey beard and the other with no beard, the standard kind of version? Let us know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff does help the channel. Let's keep it going. We're a stone's throw away from 3,000 subscribers. That's insane to me. And thank you to every single one of you who is already here. And for those of you who are watching and haven't yet subscribed, hit that button. It's free. It won't hurt you. It'll like you. It'll even light up for you. It does mad things. Cheers. And I'll catch you in the next one.